Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a super easy egg tempera paint. It's really cool if you don't have any paint at home. You probably already have all the supplies that you need. So make sure to ask parent permission and we're going to jump right in, starting with a very brief art history lesson. So egg tempera was really popular among early Renaissance artists such as Botticelli and Giotto. However, during the late Renaissance period, when artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo came to the scene, they stopped using egg tempera and oil paint was actually being invented and mastered. So they moved right on to using oil paint, and not a whole lot of artists after that went back to using egg tempera.
I put some newspaper down to protect my table. You could use a cookie sheet, an old towel. I have a towel here just in case I need to wipe my fingers for any reason. And then I have the supplies. That you saw before. So I went ahead and pre-cracked my egg yolk. So you have to separate the yolk from the white, and that's what you're gonna put in your bowl is the yellow part of the egg. The second thing you're gonna do is take a popsicle stick and whatever color chalk you have, this is going to be your pigment. So I'm gonna take actually my blue because I have some red started over here. So I'm gonna take my blue, I'm gonna hold it really close to the pigment and I'm just gonna scrape it back and forth. See all of that dust? That's actually the pigment. And this is going to give us the color of our paint. So you want quite a bit of pigment because you want that color to be really bright. So I'm just gonna keep turning. Okay, once you finish scraping your pigment into the egg yolk, then comes the fun part and you get to mix it up. And you wanna make sure that you are getting all that pigment mixed up with the egg yolk. And you could use any type of pigment if you wanted to experiment. So I used chalk because everybody seems to have a lot of chalk right now. Everybody was drawing on driveways and since we're all quarantined. You could probably go into the spice cabinet and look at different spices that might give you a really good pigment. Again, just make sure you're checking with your parents. Don't use up all their turmeric if that's what they had planned for dinner tonight. So interesting thing over here, my egg yolk was yellow and I used blue pigment and it actually is giving me a green color.
A way to fix that would be to use a smaller amount of egg yolk. I had quite a bit of egg yolk in there, which gave me a lot of yellow. So use less and you'll get a richer color.
All right, so once you have your colors mixed, you are ready to start painting. So again, the pigment was made from the chalk. The egg yolk became our binder, and that's what's holding everything together. You'll notice that when it dries, if you paint with egg tempera paint, it's really shiny. So that's a pretty cool effect of egg tempera paint. The only thing you have to keep in mind is you can't keep egg tempera paint for long periods of time. So if you make some, you kind of have to use it the day that you make it, otherwise it's gonna get really stinky. So let's go ahead and use a little of my egg tempera. So I'm gonna start with my orangish